Matt Pinfield.
What's up, Steven? Steven, it's so good to see you, man, and thanks again for coming and doing this for us.
What a pleasure.
It's great to have you. And by the way, I want to thank you. It still was an honor that you came my first day here and rode your bicycle here to hang out and do that last hour together on the air, which was so cool.
I ride my bike everywhere in San Francisco.
It's the greatest city for
and
it, right?
I have Kevlar knuckles on my gloves.
Yeah.
And I find that they're really useful for rapping on people's windows and reminding them this. Remember, bicycles are traffic too.
Yes. And have the right of way, right? Which is great. Steven, I can't believe it's, you know, I was talking earlier to Brad that the first time I interviewed you guys was 20 years ago at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. at that HF Festival.
Sold it out.
It's unbelievable now thinking about that. It was great. And then one of my other favorite moments was when you guys were playing on the mountain at Snowmass in Aspen for that MTV Winter House, so we were all freezing. And
that was terrible.
And you played it outside. How's it going to be? Which was so great.
Yeah, it's really dry up there, and the altitude was really high, and I was like, this is awful.
Like the first day you get there, it's always like, oh no, it's like Tahoe here. So
Matt's
Steve,
cupping the mic. Did you see that? He's cupping the mic.
I'm
That's
cupping
why
it.
I was doing that. Don't cup the mic.
All right, here we go. Steven,
That's Hip Hop 101. Don't cup the mic.
You can cup some other things, but not the mic. Remember the famous Sylvester Stallone joke? Anyway, we'll leave that. No, but Steven, that song, All Right Caroline, is great. Are you going to put that on?
Did you guys like that song? How did that go over? Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You make me feel good about myself.
Are you going to include that on? I know there's a special version of the album getting released on June 2nd. Is that still the date for that? And will we hear some songs like that? Some of the other things you wrote?
Yes, actually, we were in New York. When was it? I don't know. April last year, mate. Yes.
Yeah. Chris,
and,
thanks.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. And we tracked a few songs that were written around that time and never made the record, and they will be on the extended version. So, All Right, Caroline's actually gonna. The old girl's gonna see the light of day.
That's great, isn't it? It sounded fantastic, by the way, guys. It was really good.
Thank you.
Steven, one of my favorite stories ever is the one about when you guys were first going around looking to get signed, and you did the showcase for Clive Davis and Arista and the pinata with the crickets in it. Can you tell me a bit about that
We're
night?
just so one really great thing about this day and age in the biz is that there is no biz. I never have to take a record company executive's call ever. I never have to wait in their lobby to see them with their white shoes and their Marlboro Light cigarettes blowing smoke in my face ever. It's fabulous, and it felt like that's all we did was just go around and lap dance people. So like, I had we're just over it by that time because it is against the core foundation of my rock and roll spirit that I should have to ask anybody permission to make music the way I want to. And that's how it felt.
Yeah, and release it the way you want to.
Because there are all these gatekeepers, and really they were just people who gathered together and ran this great big scam, and there it was, and that was like, and there were some true believers in the music industry. There were some people who really, really loved music, and there were some of those people, and then there were other ones who were just looking to like exploit everybody for that quarterly profit, and we could just smell it. And I came up we came up punk. I mean, we don't. It's not like we just play 3 chords and have fake British accents. Although I do have a fake British accent. But we had like this punk sensibility, and to stand there and to have to ask somebody permission like that was too much for me. So we say, let them have crickets.
Yeah, that was the greatest thing ever. Knocking pinata and crickets falling out and going all over the ground.
It's a great story.
Isn't that a great story? I also love the fact that you guys went and basically challenged Epic and said, you know what, you should have us open for Oasis. So that was also very cool when you did that back then.
Crushed them.
So
it took them a long time to get over that gig.
So
we were just we were just about to get signed, and it had been, You know, what people really don't know about Third Eye Blind was that there were many, 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 many years of sleeping on floors, sleeping on packing foam, showing up at friends' houses around dinner time saying, "Oh, you guys are having rice? I love rice." There was years and years of that before anything kicked into gear.
Yeah.
And then when it sort of did, we were so, I don't know, we were just sort of like, we were just pissed off about it. So a really good guy, David Massey, asked us when he could see us, and I said, "You can have us open next Thursday for Oasis in San Francisco." And that was when Oasis was, you know, they had like 5 singles. Like Champagne Supernova was a single.
Yeah.
You know, and so we went from playing like 60 people, you know, at the Night Break, which isn't open anymore. And we went from that to opening in front of like 8,000 people at the Bill Graham Civic.
That's great.
And when we got there, before we went out on stage, I just said the most ridiculous thing. I just said, "We are going to crush this band." I said, "We are going to, once we play, everyone's going to leave. After we play, there will be no point staying."
That's
It's like, what else are you going to do? Like you can't. You just have to just pimp walk it out on stage, which is exactly what we did.
Which is very cool. David Massey, that was great that he did that for you guys. He's a good guy. But I wanted to talk about the most recent EP, "We Are Drugs." I love that song that you played, "Company of Strangers."
Thank you.
It's a great song, and I think
It's really a song. It's really a song about communal washstands. You know, there's a new thing, and I really like it where it's like, you know, like you have your potty and you know, I have mine, but you come out and you wash up afterwards together.
yes,
It's a very intimate act,
yeah, especially in the Company of
and
Strangers.
that's what that song's about.
That's great. Well, listen, we're going to let you play again. Really quickly, though, the Summer Gods tour you guys are doing, you'll be playing all over the place.
We are. We're playing the Greek Theater, and that's the end of the tour.
July 23rd, right?
July 23rd. I really want everyone to come to that show. I mean, I so want you to go to that show.
Everybody, you going to go? What do you say? Everybody's going to go.
I want you to come.
Make sure you go check it out. Silver Sun Pickups are opening,
Silver
right?
Sun Pickups are playing, and it's going to be like part of like why this has the summer vibes is like we don't have any. You can get tickets. There's still tickets. It's gonna be okay. We don't have any sequencers. We don't have any backing tracks. We're not a DJ band. This is a guitar rock band.
Yes.
And you have to like make that up every single time. So there's risk. So every time we go out on stage, there's this element of risk. You can fall or you can fly. And for that, we all have to be in alignment with each other. We have to have this empathy with each other. And when that clicks on, that is an effusive feeling. It's a feeling that brings everybody else in and together and up out of themselves. That's the vibes, yo. That's the vibes.
That's great. So remember, July 23rd at the Greek in Berkeley. Guys, thanks so much for coming out. Let's hear it again for Third Eye Blind, everyone. Levi's Lounge, KFOG.